My name is AnnickMagac. I am the author of Clear. I'm a motivational speaker, and I'm also a one-on-one coach. Today I was thinking about rushing around. It's Friday, so I know a lot of you are trying to get and tie up all your work ends for the week so that you can have a peaceful and restful weekend, or you feel like you need to you need to get everything done, or you've got a lot going on this weekend. And we come into a Friday feeling super rushed and super distracted. And with distraction comes lack of focus and the ability to not get quite what we thought we could get done because we're so scattered. Well, this morning I had a little wake-up call, which happens when we are kind of going along and not really paying attention. So personally, I woke up and I overslept a little bit. And when I woke up, I was like, oh my God, I need to. And I, rattled off in my head the 100 lists of all the stuff I need to do. So I got up and I rushed and I got dressed and I was in the kitchen and I was rushing in the kitchen and bam, I totally broke a glass. Now, not a big deal, but it's one of those signs that I like to say that the world, the universe, whoever, likes to send to you when you most need it. But if you don't listen to the message, is it really going to help you out? So this morning I happened to listen to the message because it was a huge glass that shattered. Thank God it wasn't one that I loved. I couldn't care less that this glass broke. But of course with glass, you got to be like, all right, oh my God, I could cut myself, right? So you definitely have to bring your full focus and attention towards the broken glass. And when I broke the glass, and the reason why I'm smiling now is that I started to laugh because I thought to myself, I was like, Annick, really? I'm like, what, Annick, what are you doing? I have to have this conversation with myself, and I have this with clients all the time. Wake up call, you don't want anything big to happen, but pay attention to the small stuff. So my small thing today was, okay, Annick, you need to slow it down, girlfriend, right? I'm sitting here having this talk with myself, all right. And so I just started to laugh because I was getting crazy. I was focusing on all the stuff I needed to get done, but feeling, and I know that this is something that you probably feel as well, and if you do, please let me know, that when we get overwhelmed or we get distracted with too much going on, we can't do anything very well. And what was happening was this morning was that I was focusing so much on my list of to-dos and I was losing sight of what I really needed to accomplish, which today for me is that I need to very much focus on connecting with people. And that's one thing I love about Periscope is it allows me the ability to connect with you guys in real time. I wish I could see you in a Google Hangout and actually see who's watching and interacting. But with your comments and your hearts, I can at least have an interaction versus most of us at this point in our lives or careers, unless you are in the public realm with your daily work, most of you are stuck in either a cubicle or working from home and have actually very little connection with people. And so today it was just a reminder okay, all this menial stuff that I need to get done, yes, I do need to get done. Will it ease my stress if I get it done? Yes. However, don't lose sight of the big picture. And the big picture is it doesn't matter if the dishes are done or not. It doesn't matter if I make it to the bank today. It does matter if I make it to the post office because I do have to mail something that's actually very important. But I could check off a few things that were on my 100 list, which I'm also not big on. I like a much smaller list. However, I was able to just scrap a few things and say, okay, for today, those out of the 100, there's only 3 things that I really need to do and I really need to accomplish. And I can tell you that it was an immediate sense of relaxation and far more enjoyment. Now I'm smiling. Honestly, this morning when I woke up and realized I had overslept, not so smiley, not so happy. As a matter of fact, very crappy and very frowny. And who has time for that, really? If we're going to be doing this and working so hard, if I'm going to be putting in 16-hour days, then I've got to have some fun doing it. So I encourage you guys today to look for the signs when you get the old slap in the face that says, you can make live music. Yeah, that's true. There's a bunch of them out there, right? So that just, focus on the big picture and just remember to listen to the signs and look out and say, okay, what's really important to me today? Is all this menial stuff that I think I need to get done, is that important? Or do I really need to focus on just the one or two things that very much need to happen? So short and sweet. Hope you guys are having an awesome day. And like I said, it's Friday, so get out of work. And do you have any tips on getting a good routine? I do, actually. Do you have tips on getting waking up early? Okay. I'm going to assume your first name's Jen. Is that right? I'm going to call you Jen because it's Jen Abum 4. So I'll just answer this question. So, okay, cool. Hi, Jen. Annick. So, I'm not really a morning person. No, I wish I was like my mom and my sister who get up at like 4:30, just like automatically, but I don't. However, I do find that when I do get up early or on the earlier side, that I can definitely accomplish a lot more in the day and actually have a far more productive day. So I try to aim for 8 hours of sleep at night, and give or take, I'm probably 7 to 9 range, which I know is pretty awesome, and I'm very protective of my sleep. And the reason why I'm so protective of my sleep is that for years I worked a corporate job where I did not sleep very well and I traveled a lot. And it definitely took its toll on me to not get the hours that I needed. And when I get sleep, I can do so much better. And Bill Clinton is actually famous for saying that he made all his worst decisions on lack of sleep. And I think we could definitely agree with that it's true. You can't function well without that. So how do you get up early and get up earlier and get more accomplished in the morning? So, all right, if your alarm goes off, great. And actually, what's really ironic about this is that I actually don't even use an alarm most of the time, which is a little bit ironic because I'm into such a rhythm now that I get up on my own. But it doesn't matter. Most people need an alarm clock. So I get up, and the first thing I do, I believe in ritual, and ritual makes us grounded. And I talk about this in my book, but it is an important thing that a lot of times people don't feel grounded or don't feel like they have a sense of home because they actually lack ritual and not actually are lacking a home place. Does that make sense? There's so many of us who are nomads for whatever. Either we travel for work or we travel between family or out a lot. So the sense of home, if we don't feel like we have a sense of home, we may not feel grounded. Okay, cool. Yes, it does. I am on Twitter under my name as well. And actually, Instagram is even a better platform for me that I prefer because I'm a visual person, so I like the photos. So I play more on Instagram. So the getting up in the morning and getting up earlier. So I try to get up like around 7 o'clock, which is actually probably sounds a little bit late for people. But because I'm self-employed, I start my work day at 8 a.m. And I try to stay on a pretty strict schedule about that. So I use the first hour of my morning to get into my ritual. And so what I do, the first thing I do is I start the coffee. I love a hot beverage in the morning, and whether that for you is tea, coffee, water with lemon, any of those great things. The ritual of it makes me feel grounded. I know that I am taking the time to take care of myself and my body. And then the second thing I do is I start immediately my breakfast. But while my breakfast is going, and I usually make eggs for myself because I like to have protein and vegetables in the morning, that I will sit down and actually write down the 3 things that I need to accomplish, which one of the reasons why I broke the glass today is I actually didn't do that. And so I was distracted. So Jen, I'm glad you actually asked this because I completely forgot about that part of the list. So the top 3 things I need to accomplish that I do over my coffee takes less than 5 minutes. Actually, some days it only takes like 1 minute. I don't need to necessarily put that much time into it, but because I go through the action of doing it as a ritual, it really actually makes me focus far more for the day. And I try to set an intention for the day. So today I wanted to make sure that I connected with people, and I actually have several phone calls and Google Hangouts aligned to reach out and talk to people. However, I can't do that very well if I'm not feeling grounded. So it's cyclical, because if you are not in the present moment speaking to people, like, if I got on Periscope and I was like, oh my God, all right, so I'm going to tell you this, I'm going to do this, and after that, and I'm going to do that, and I bring this energy to you guys, like that's not fun to watch. You're like, oh my God, she's stressing me out. Like, that's not cool. And I don't want to bring that to any of my clients. I don't want to bring that into any prospects either, because that's my shit. Oh, sorry. That's my stuff, and I'm putting that on to other people, which in my book is a big no-no. So I want to take the time to actually slow down. And so one thing I do, and I did, and I'm going to switch the camera here, is that before I got onto this Periscope today, and I also do this in the morning before I start work, and I do this. All right, I'm going to flip this. I light a candle, and the lighting of a candle just gives me, again, it's a ritual. Okay, it's a ritual, and it gets me focused and centered again, because with everything that's going on the social media, with everything that we have going on in our lives, all the background noise, people yelling your name, people needing things from you, kids needing things from you, spouse needing things from you, work needing things from you. Again, we can kind of get lost in that frenetic energy. So I do these specific things to ground me. Lighting the candle and just taking a second to be like, okay, I'm going to go onto Periscope, and these are the points that I want to make. And it works, because when I get on here, I'm much more succinct. I'm much more directed and focused, and I'm not wasting your time by being like, oh my God, and then I'm going to do this, and then I have that, and it's Friday. Oh my God, isn't it great that it's Friday? Okay, let's go do this. Sorry, nobody needs that. So that's what I like to do about my morning ritual, because it definitely sets me up to do things well for the rest of the day. Okay, cool. Exactly. That's how I'm feeling when I try to get up early and work out. Yeah, I begin my day rushing. Yeah, because it's really that hitting the floor and running, it's not a good feeling. You bring that with you for the rest of the day. So, yeah. Yes. Actually, so Jen, the Periscope I was going to do today, and I switched it, and I'm going to actually do it tomorrow, because I tried just Periscope once a day. But I'll give you a little insider. I was actually going to do it on being a little bit bad, and by that meaning that switching it up and not adhering so closely to what we think needs to be done, and sometimes breaking our own rules, and again, being a little bit bad in whatever part that is. And maybe that's switching out when you do your workout, or maybe that in the morning to maybe at lunch if you can swing it, or perhaps even if you are going to do it in the morning, making sure each night as a ritual that everything's ready for the morning, so you don't feel rushed, like you got your whole outfit picked out and on a chair next to your bed, and you have your morning protein shake prepped, something like that. So those would be a couple of hints that I would share today. And if you guys need or would like anything else for me to discuss, please reach out to me at AnnickMagac, AnnickMagac. Cool. Thanks, Jen. I'm glad that was helpful. Awesome. And you could also email me directly, info@AnnickMagac.com. And I would love to give you guys a free chapter of my book, which is in my Periscope bio. So you can download that through the Periscope bio, which is AnnickMagac.com/Claire free chapter. All right. Thank you so much. Have an awesome Friday and a good start to your weekend. And let's not stress, right? It's only life, and we might as well enjoy it while we're here. Ciao.